opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special edition of the Star Maker Bolin Show, where we talk about anything and everything that you want to talk about, unless you don't talk, and then we have to talk about what we want to talk about, whatever that means. Tonight we will be having a discussion on what is potentially history making the first gay president of the United States. Or is he? Or is he not? The answers may surprise you. And if they don't surprise you, then it's because you're a smart person. Speaking of smart people, well, can't find any to join me tonight. So instead, we'll just bring in the man, the host himself, the man who has his name on the marquee, Kenny the Star Maker Bolin. And there's my echo.
Might be the least enthusiastic introduction.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, bring on Kenny the Star Maker Bolin.
A little more like it. That's why you get the big dollars, is to do the big introduction. Just had to battle my boss for my bonus pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very rare appearance of Rory.
Thank God I argued with my boss minutes before the show started, because it earned me an extra $875.
Nice.
Long story. But it was worth it. Sometimes you gotta rule with an iron fist, Bob. Sometimes you gotta rule with an iron fist. So when I dropped logic on him, he saw things my way. So it all eventually worked out. I am just seeing the rankings. That's why we had the theme music. We had the John Cena senior warning. We had the intro, because I needed every damn minute of it. Because just walking in the door, getting all the paperwork filed and get everything done to where my son will be leaving the country very, very soon, December the 8th. I have eye surgery on December the 9th. A lot of shit going on. And then on top of that, I noticed my bonus was quite low compared to my expectations. So when I laid logic and presentation and common sense and said, well, we need to do something about it. Or there's going to be repercussions and consequences. Repercussions and consequences. And we didn't have to get into what those repercussions and consequences were. It all got worked out in the wash. Were you able to get a join link to one Joseph Cronin?
I did send join links to... Yes. I'm also getting an echo when I talk, so I think you're getting some feedback on your side.
Oh, I guess it would help if I put my AirPods on.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm getting in there last minute.
You are.
And
so I did send a link to the show Twitter account and to the show's Facebook account. Okay. And that's the link that you gave me for his account. So whether he's going to see it or not, since
I don't have his Facebook account, and I told him to be on the lookout that you were trying to send him something, but it would not let me copy the link to send him because when I post it, it just shows StreamYard. So when I try to copy it to send it to him, boy, that is very white. It's very white. That darkened it up a little bit. Let me see those top four. Miami's changed a little bit, Bob, because Miami was going to play. It was either Texas Tech or Texas A&M, and then it must have been Texas Tech. Then if we won that, we'd get Texas A&M. Well, now we've repositioned ourselves into Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. We've moved from the 12 slot to the 11 slot. And Notre Dame is still ranked ahead of us, even though we beat them head to head. I think we beat them. Didn't we beat them substantially, if I remember correctly? I think we did.
I don't remember what happened. But I'm surprised that Texas A&M stayed at 3 with their barely squeaking by a win over South Carolina.
Well, I've got a solution for that. I don't know if I covered it on the last show or not, but I got a solution for that. It's now a professional sport. Did I cover that the college is now a professional sport on the last show?
No, I don't believe so.
Well, we're going to do it tonight. It's now a professional sport. There are point spreads for a reason. Even when ESPN Game Day does the show, some of the games they call, winner, loser, and others they say, okay, we're factoring in the point spread here. Why? Because this is a gambling addicted nation. Between drugs and gambling, I don't know how anybody has any fucking money, to be honest with you. By the way,
that's why we have our donations the way they are, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Drugs and gambling. So I've got a solution to that. And if we're going to have point spreads and then we're beating teams that were favored by 28 and we win by 2, I got a solution. We either do it for the whole season or we can do it for the last 4 weeks when we know what everybody's made of. By this time of the year, we know what everybody's made of. We knew what was that coach? I think it was for we knew who they were. We know who we are.
Bill Parcells actually, I think, said that. We are what
and
we are.
That wasn't Parcells. I think it might have been said against Parcells. I think it was an Eagles coach that said it. You could prove me wrong. I'm up to be proven wrong. I like being wrong every now and then because I get sick of being right all the time. I really do. How you doing, Narahara?
Parcells said, "You are what your record says you are." It was a Bill Parcells quote.
Well, fuck me then. Shit. What do I know? You are who your record says you are. I thought there was an Eagles coach. I thought there was an Eagles coach that said we know who we are, or they are who we thought they were. I don't know. Maybe both coaches did something similar. I don't know. Narahara. No, there's no R in her front of her name. There used to be a guy named Scott Fowler at Oldham County High, and for some reason he used to like to say the phrase Narahara. I don't know why. Never figured it out. In his mind, it was something dirty. I don't know.
Maybe there's narrow hair on his knob or something.
I guess. I don't know. So if the playoffs started today, Tulane Green Wave are in the playoffs. It was South Florida last week, so South Florida's been bumped. They were 25th and were in the playoffs. I think that's a crock of shit. Tulane is 24th and they're in the fucking playoffs. So,
North Texas.
Don't like it.
Don't
like it. Yeah, North Texas. Yeah, North Texas, because they've worked themselves in there. I don't know if they're in the playoffs or not, but they're in the thick of it.
They're right
they're
up there.
They're in the thick of it, yeah. And that's a crock of shit.
They're 9-1.
Who they played?
They're 9-1. But you are who you're.
I didn't know. In this case, Bill Parcells is a dumbass. Because no, you're not who you are. Because I saw some undefeated teams.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they're undefeated because they are who they played. Nobodies. You play nobodies, you are nobody. If my record in amateur wrestling at 212-0, if I didn't beat anybody, then who gives a shit? But I beat a lot of people that were bigger than me, so that made it mean a little something. And I took on all challengers. I didn't duck anybody. My amateur record was what it said it was. Nobody could fucking beat me. That's why my record was what it was. But when you schedule pansies like Clemson's got 2 powder puffs to close the season with, so they pad their record a little bit. South Carolina, I think, has done the same thing. I think a couple of Florida schools have done it. Hi, Roy. I'm back and $10 lighter.
So
how you doing,
the big
Roy?
difference is Notre Dame lost close games to 2 ranked teams, Miami and Texas A&M. Miami's losses were to Louisville and SMU. So,
well, and Louisville was undefeated when they beat Miami at Miami. At Miami, by the way. And in Louisville, well, by the way, in case you're wondering how good Louisville is, they're still pretty good. You know why? Well, and maybe not, because they've lost 3 home games.
Right.
By a grand total of 5 points. Two of them, and Clemson should have been overtime if we had a fucking kicker. But the kicker missed an extra point and then missed a field goal. So they brought in the ace who had kicked 2 from 57, but he couldn't kick 1 from 42. So as badly as they played against Clemson, they should have won. Should have won. Yeah.
I got to step out for a second. I'm 3D printing something, and my printer's about.
Well, I hope it ain't a handgun. But the way things are going.
Well,
all right.
Shot.
All right. There we are. So yeah, the rankings are out, and what else? Well, shit, my playoff screen went away. There's a big giant peacock there on the screen. You got to admire that. Let me see what we got. Because this is I love college football, pro football now. Alabama, Oregon. What an interesting round. If that were to hold up, I would have Oregon winning that one. Miami, Ole Miss would be a good one. My heart would be, but Ole Miss is pretty good. But they've had some struggles. I would think Miami would show up for that one if their quarterback doesn't throw 4 or 5 interceptions that game. Notre Dame, Oklahoma. That is a great 8-9 matchup. I'd be rooting for Notre Dame. Never root for Oklahoma. But that would be a good matchup. And it looks like Oklahoma would be at home. Ole Miss would be at home. Oregon would be at home. So that would be in Ole Miss's favor, but Miami thrives on being on the road. They like that shit. And in Tulane, Texas Tech, I think Texas Tech would clean their clock. And I'm not a Texas Tech fan. And then the winner of Alabama, Oregon gets Indiana. Well, Indiana's already beaten Oregon. Yeah. And I bet you they would love a shot at Alabama. I think Indiana has the capability of beating either one because they've already beaten one of them. Texas A&M possibly against Ole Miss or Alabama. We got a possible SEC matchup. I'd like to see a Miami Texas A&M matchup. That would potential to be a good one if the quarterback doesn't throw 4 interceptions. Notre Dame or Oklahoma against Ohio State. Either one of those could definitely beat Ohio State. That would probably be the toughest test Ohio State's had all year. Tulane, Texas Tech against Georgia. You better hope Texas Tech gets to that game because I don't like Tulane's chances of not only beating Texas Tech, but beating Georgia. But if Tulane can beat number 5 and number 4, then anything can happen. So that's your playoff breakdown right there. What do you do? I have not seen what the Congress... Well, I saw Congress. Everybody in Congress voted to release the Epstein Files except one dipshit. Bob might have his excuses because he was a hard no. He wasn't only a no. He was a hard no.
Yeah, his excuse was he said that the bill as it's written violates 200 years of precedent for protecting innocent people because this would release names of folks who have had alibis or were proven innocent. But now they're going to get all a crock of shit. Names are in these files. So
all a crock of shit, and here's why.
Charles Higgs from Louisiana. The Senate voted.
Oh, wouldn't you know? It's the Senate did go 100 to none.
100.
Woo! A lot of people didn't see that coming. And now, if I remember correctly, that's veto proof.
Correct. And
that's veto proof.
Trump's not going to veto it because he over the weekend decided that he didn't want to lose this battle.
He sort of kind of did. Because then he launches the investigations into the Democrats. What's that do? Right. Well, we can't release it because we have an ongoing investigation. I've heard Pam Blondie use that excuse.
We're going to investigate every person who's in the list. And
all the Democrats. It's all Democrats. Well, and Trump's kind of right on that. Because when Trump, who apparently was blowing Bubba, none of the news stations touched the blowing Bubba. Not one news station touched blowing Bubba, but all three. Jon Stewart was gold last night on blowing Bubba. And Jon Stewart doesn't normally get outdone by Colbert. Colbert actually did better than Jon Stewart in calling out the blowing Bubba. And Jimmy Kimmel come in third place on the calling out.
I watched Kimmel last night, and it was pretty good, though. But
he was third place.
The note said, does Trump have pictures of, or does Putin have pictures of
That's
Trump
what it said. That's what it said.
Bubba? It does not say, does Putin have the pictures of, so you're like, and this memo came out.
But why would Epstein's brother write such a thing?
So the email was sent the day after that horrific a meeting with Putin where Trump was like, I trust Putin over our own security.
Exactly.
Guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so the question was, well, what is Putin have something on Trump? I mean, it was not saying.
But here's the other very
hypothetical thing, right?
Exactly. I got you. But here's the other incredible thing is that Trump claimed he was never on Epstein Island. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know, but those Epstein files probably know. I don't know. But Trump claims, and now ask me how, I want you to do the basics and figure this out for me. How would Trump know that Bill Clinton was on Epstein Island, and he uses the same number every time? Bill Clinton was on Epstein Island 78 times. That means he got on a plane 78 times with Epstein. Or had another plane fly him over there. 70, and how would Trump know such a thing? Ask yourself that question.
Hang on. Files, right?
Ask. Supposedly not. He doesn't know what's in those files. They're not supposed to smarten him up. Cash Patel is not supposed to be smartening him up. Pam Blondy's not supposed to be smarting him up. Well, allow me to finish. I'm hardly mentioned in the Epstein Files. I barely knew the guy. Of course, all the videos you see, I don't see all these other people he's having investigated. Maybe a picture or two, but if you want the highlight reel of highlight reels, it's Donald Trump. And originally it was said that Donald Trump was mentioned in the Epstein Files 1,000 times. Well, that was what the files that they had. Then it went to 1,500. Then it went to 1,600. The new number as of today was 2020. What election does he claim that he won? 2020. So as of last night, according to Jon Stewart, he's now mentioned 2,020 times just in what's been released. Right. Just what's been released is a tiny fraction of what's out there.
So a lot of folks now were the part that's interesting to me is that people were coming to Epstein.
People were coming on Epstein, is what I heard. But go ahead.
They were coming to him for details on Trump or for information on why would he do this or what was this. Apparently,
and according to Epstein, while he was in prison, claimed he had the goods.
He told
this dog ain't going to bark. I got the goods on it.
Yeah, he told people that Pence was going to be the VP before it was announced. How would Epstein have known that unless someone at the White House or someone in the Trump
somebody told him something
had cleared him? So
not the guess I would have made.
So you wouldn't go to someone like I wouldn't say, you know what, I need to ask someone about Kevin Von Erich. No, let me throw out a better name. I'm going to ask someone about David Von Erich, and I'm going to go Kenny Bolin for information. Kenny Bolin probably. I don't know if you ever met David Von Erich. I think David had passed away before.
I met some Von Erichs. David was not one of them, but I did meet. I actually worked on the show with Carrie.
Now, if someone said,
David, I think, what year did David die? I'll tell you.
84, I think.
I worked in Texas in 84. I worked in Texas again in 86.
Let's see here.
So I may have just barely missed David.
David Von Erich died February 10th, 1984, right? So
I take that back. I worked Louisiana Superdome in 84. I worked the Texas Stadium show in November of 86. I think it was November.
So yeah, David would have already been gone. But the
point is, but I did work a couple of shows. I did work a few shows with Carrie. Now that I think about it,
you wouldn't go to Kevin or to Kenny Bolin to find out information about David Von Erich.
I would not be the guy. I would not be the guy. I'd not be the guy to come to about any information on the Von Erichs, and I work shows with them.
Right. So, but if
I still wouldn't be the guy.
I'd like some information on Jim Cornette, especially growing up. Then
now you got somewhere
because Kenny Bolin has information. He's got that relationship. That
all I know is that I know Cornette well enough that I bet he's a big fan of Megyn Kelly right now. That's my guess.
So
he's a huge fan of Megyn Kelly.
Why would people go to Epstein for information on Trump if they didn't have any relationship?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. And why would there be 1,000 fucking videos out there? And Malaria, whatever you want to call her, was the hand-me-down of Epstein. He's documented saying this. The first time Trump ever had sex with Malaria was on my plane. She was a hand-me-down. She had aged out. She was no longer an underage girl. She was known to be a high-paid escort when Trump ended up with her. She technically still is. No offense. We all got to do what we got to do. Maybe she blew Bubba. Maybe not. I don't know.
A high-paid escort if anybody would pay him.
Now, did you find out who... there's two Bubbas out there. Bill Clinton was known to be Bubba. Did you know who the other Bubba is? Because this was revealed on The Daily Show, of all things.
Bubba Lawrence, the race car driver.
No. I think that's a whole different time and era. Bubba was the name of Ghislaine Maxwell's horse. So neither one is good. Neither one's a good look. So did Trump blow Bill Clinton or did he blow Ghislaine Maxwell's horse? Neither one is good. Neither one's good.
Not a good one.
And wait a minute. Allow me to go one step further. If Bob is threatening to expose the goods on Kenny Bolin, I got the goods on you, Kenny. I'm going to release the Bolin files. Well, if I'm doing everything I can legally to make sure Bob doesn't release the Bolin files, and I'm doing everything in my fucking power to make sure Bob doesn't release the tapes, doesn't release the video, doesn't release the folder that he found laying around on my desk, doesn't want me to release answering machine that I've got with valuable information on it. Well, if I don't give a fuck and I'm not incriminated in any way, why do I give a fuck if Bob releases or not? I would encourage him to do so.
You're trying to protect Coltrane.
I'm trying to protect Coltrane's what I'm doing.
He's in all those files.
He's in all the files. That sexy black man. He's in all the files. So as they're saying, well, Trump hasn't been accused of any wrongdoing. Yeah, he has. Repeatedly. By several of the girls from the
files. Well,
but girls have come forward and said, yeah, he made me give him a hand job. He fondled me. He groped me. I had sex with him at Jeffrey's house. There are 3 girls that have come forward, maybe 4, but at least 3 that I've heard, and then I've heard rumors about a 4th, that have all testified to a judge what Trump did to him. So, yes, he has been accused. Now, whether it's actually documented and written in the extra, but when and he also says that Trump is the worst and most horrible man I ever knew. From Jeffrey Epstein.
But
it'd be like Kenny Bowen saying, well, that's the mouthiest fucker I ever knew. Well, that's covering a lot of ground.
How can that possibly be true, Kenny? Because after all, Donald Trump had the greatest MRI that any doctor has ever seen.
No doctor had ever seen any human being, regardless of whether you were 6 or 86, a better. What the fuck? And his body fat, by the way. My son's body fat, he's in amazing shape right now. He is in like the top 1% in body fat in the country. I'm not bragging this because he's bragging to me. His body fat is like 8%, 8.9%. Trump's is 3.5. And that's better than some guy that's in some Marvel movie. Trump claims his is 3.5. I take that back. Trump's doctors claims he's 3.5. That was the number that was released on it. He's fattening up though, because the last report claimed he was 6'3", 215. Now he's 6'3", 223. So he's fattening up for the winter. He's all the way up to 223 pounds. Well, guys, I know what 223 looks like. I remember when I was 6 feet tall, 212. He is 6'3", 215. Have you seen the man in tennis shorts? Have you seen him golf in white? Please stop it. Fuck. If you're going to lie, make it close.
If he's not wearing a very loose suit,
no.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start wearing loose suits. Maybe that's what I need to do. Anybody going to talk tonight other than Filipinos? Well, Matthew Herbert. Matthew's a Florida boy now. Matthew, the other one, my other relative that never donates, he's always got excuses though. Do we have any challenges tonight? We're trying to make money to help people here. You're getting a lot of valuable information here tonight.
We have nothing. So I will say this.
No, we do. Now, don't be mouthy like that. TC from the NC. What? TC, you're a horrible person, Bob. TC,
I didn't say anything about any donations.
I thought you did. I thought you were shitting on them. We ain't got anything. I thought you didn't say we ain't got anything.
We have no challenges that we've been made aware.
Oh, we don't have any challenge. Okay, I grant you that. So maybe I jumped the gun. Maybe I got a little mouthy. Possibility. I noticed the 2 people I invited to be on the show tonight aren't here. Maybe there's a reason for that. TC from the NC with a $15 challenge. If we could make a cool 60 to 80 here tonight, at least that'd be something. Where Eunice is getting her paperwork together. She is going to be going to a foreign country to visit a relative of mine, and also look at getting her registered into college in that foreign country to give her a fighting chance at a decent education. To be able to make something of herself. We found out that we can do that at a very reasonable price. Me and my relative friend are financing this ourselves. We're not asking for any help on it. We want to give the kid a fighting chance. We'll handle this out of my bonus checks, and we got it covered. But there's others out there needing help with roof coverings. We got people needing rice. We got Trump is all about McDonald's and Diet Coke. And fucking underage girls. And boys. According to some court documents. I wish all he was into was McDonald's and Diet Coke, because nobody'd give a shit.
Right.
I did notice there was a big McDonald's logo behind him when he was talking either yesterday or today. Wasn't that cool? Oh, when he was bragging about how great the economy is. Oh, by the way, we need to welcome back a sponsor tonight, and this happened totally by accident. We had to get a bunch of paperwork signed and some documents done and some notarization and shit like that all needed to be done today. A lot of it having to do with my 501c3, shit like that. And I had not been to this restaurant in quite some time. Going there today, I was very impressed with the new management that was there, very impressed with the staff. Called the manager over after we'd had our dinner, and we paid for our dinner tonight. And I called the manager over, and just the sweetest lady in the world, and told her that y'all used to be a sponsor on my show. And I said, I tell you what, I said, I'd like to have you back. And I mentioned the manager that used to manage that store. She knew who he was, but she'd never met him. And she said, I would love to be back as a part of your show. I told her what our conditions were. She says, done. I said, I tell you what, we'll be back up here probably next week. I'd like to welcome back Bob. Get your logos ready. Is that not the greatest logo in the goddamn world other than ours? That's a great logo right there. The Jack in the Box is back. Jack in the Box. Bob going, all right, more fucking work for me. More fucking work. Hang on before you add them, though. There could be some adjustments. So hang on before you add them. I'll give you the
wish
win.
the people at Five Guys would go with a round logo like everybody else.
We can we make a round logo for them just so they, look, I'll get with AI tonight.
Logo.
Yeah. I'm going to get with AI tonight and create them a new round logo so they fit in over here. I think I'm going to be heading over there this week too. But yeah, great to have them back.
Logo.
I got me the. You can get 2 great tacos over at Jack in the Box for $1.59, Bob.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
No, Jack in the Box tacos are not bad. I mean, they're they're not
$5 boxes over there. My son got a $5 box tonight, and he couldn't eat everything that it came with.
Yeah, I loved the bacon ultimate cheeseburger at Jack.
I've gotten it before. I didn't get it this time. Next time I go, I'm probably going to get me 2 tacos and a bacon ultimate cheeseburger. That's what I'm going to do. And their chicken strips are real good. Real good. Not to be known as a chicken place, but my son got like some type of combo box or something. They had a lot of good stuff in it. And but yeah, thank you, TC from the NC. You were the first and only donation of the night. We won't even ask Roy to donate. We know where that's going to go. Roy, are they ever going to pay you in Canada? You're in the country that we all want to be in right now. we're all fleeing to your country right now. No one's coming here. Let's see. So what did you think about those new rankings? Did you know what they were before I showed them up on the screen?
I hadn't seen the CFP rankings. I had looked at the AP rankings on Sunday.
Well, you know what? Let me go back. Will I get in trouble for showing the rankings, or would I?
No, it's public knowledge, right? That's publicly broadcasted information.
Okay, well, here we go. We're just going to go to we're doing a watch along. Here's what. By the way, we might do. Now, I don't know if Bob will be a part of it or not. I have actually watched the last 2 Raws in their entirety, and not bad shows. Cena did a great job on both. He was in Boston for last week. We enjoyed that show. Me and a couple of friends of mine. My son
became
got together
a Grand Slam champion on his way out.
He certainly did. Which I called. No one in my house saw that happening. I said, "Well, it's got to happen."
Yeah,
he doesn't have one.
I'm sure his dad was there. I hope so. Anyway, that would.
I didn't see him. They didn't mention him. I was disappointed about that. He should have got some type of.
I thought they'd have showed his family.
And they should be doing the last show at Freedom Hall, and I should be in the ring in a wheelchair next to John Cena, receiving a $20 million check, half of his pay for 1 year. Out of 23 really years, half his pay. Yeah.
They haven't decided to fly you out to Washington D.C. for that.
I'm blown away.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know why. I think the world knows why. And he said some horrible things about Daddy, but we'll ignore that for this one night. Kenny, well, you promised not to say anything about Daddy. I'll see what I can do. Just don't put me on a 7-second delay and don't cut my mic. Fair deal?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do my best. Hi, Quinn. The daddy of a shitload of people. Oh, here's my other little sweetie. I love this girl. And yeah, she's 17 for now. She'll be 18, but she's the sweetest kid. Represents her family. We just got there. She wrote, Bob, I teared up on this. Because this is what $35 did. Their house has been leaking like a bitch. Clothes getting wet, mattresses getting wet. This is Mary Ann. She's got the sister Leica, who's sneaking up on 17, and she's got another sister, that's 14. And they said, we almost don't have a dry place to go to in here. Everything gets wet. Our mattresses get wet. Our clothes get wet. She said, it would be so nice if we could just sleep and not worry about getting wet. I said, find out how much a big giant tarp costs to cover your entire roof. It was more affordable than I thought it'd be. She writes me back, and it was like $35. So I think I sent them 40. And I said, here, go get, and then they measured it out. I sent Bob pictures of it and everything. And what they ended up doing, tied the tarp down to where the fucking thing won't blow away. She writes me back a couple of days later. She says, yeah, and there she is there. Nyling thanking us for helping her. And Marianne wrote me the same letter yesterday. Thank you so much. We can finally sleep. It's so nice that when it rains heavy outside, we don't get wet anymore. For $35 fucking dollars is what it costs to do that. And that's why I tell you guys, man, if you're watching this show and if you got a heart, boy down in Florida, Matthew, if you got $10 or $20, you'd be amazed how far your money goes. Jazzy Jana sponsored her same family for their panties and underwear. She donated $30, which is what it took to buy panties and bras for all three of those teenage girls. They all had holes in them. They were old. They didn't fit. And this has been going on for a while. So, yeah, they got $65, about $70 about a week ago, if that long. Fixed their roof, and all the kids have panties and bras. Thanks to some help from Jazzy Jana. Jeff Sanford was a help to us after the show. He made a very nice donation, larger than what he said he was going to do. But there's a lot of roofs out there needing help. I have reached out to Catholic Charities here today in Louisville, explaining to them what we do. I said, there's not anybody more Catholic than the people that I help. And if you want to help Catholics, you can't do any better than what we're doing. And we need some help. And I mentioned Anthony Scaramucci's a Catholic. He suggested that I give you all a call. Amazon suggested that I give you all a call. So we're going to reach out to, and supposedly there's a community, a place here in Louisville. I forgot the name of them, but I've got it recorded. That if you're bringing in under $250,000 a year, and that would be us, they will sponsor up to $1,000 a month surplus help to help you with your not-for-profit. Well, I don't know how many not-for-profits are in Louisville, but $1,000 a month would go a long way with us. I mean, that would help tremendously 20 families a month. Maybe not $100 per family, but 50 per family would go a long way. And if we did 100 per month, maybe reward 12 families throughout the year, each month another family, 12 families a month, excuse me. That's do the math. So that's over 100 families.
100, yeah. To do 100, $100 per family per month. So with 1,000, that's 10 families. That'd be 120 families over the course of the year.
Yeah,
so we wouldn't be giving the same 10 families $100.
No,
not
the same.
This is this, right?
It's a new family each month, but and I'm going to let Catholic Charities know what my plan is. And the other place, I'm blanking out on their name right now, but I've got it recorded because my memory was certain shit. I had to have Amazon play me who I needed to call. Like Amazon, I'm going, God damn, man. How many times I've got to repeat this? Bob, was that audio clip I played about Dutch Mantel about one of the funniest goddamn things?
Funniest things I had ever heard. And
can you play that? Can you play that?
I don't know how to upload it because it's not like
I don't either. I've tried to do it too. It's what, 2 minutes and 47 seconds? Yeah. I tell you what I can do. You don't have to upload it. I got it all figured out.
Play it on.
I'm going to do that. And I tell you what I'll do. A lot of you already have this because I could not resist. Dutch Mantel, I don't even think speaking to me right now. He's holding a grudge of what Amazon, I didn't say it about him, Amazon said it about him. Once we hit $60 in donations, I'm going to play what Amazon, unprovoked, had to say in a conversation. Bob don't laugh at a lot of the shit I send him. When he got this, he immediately had the LOL coming back. Palmer in England was dying. RJ in Australia was dying. People I hadn't heard from forever. I'm sending this goddamn thing to everybody. So a lot of you have already seen it and heard it, but holy shit. If AI talked that bad about me, I would throw my devices out the window. I truly would. So once we hit $60 in donations, and right now we're at 15 in case you're tracking, with nearly 30 of you watching the live show, we appreciate the one of you who has donated. course, a lot of you watching are Filipino looking for help. Hello, Daddy. And you've never once been Daddy. Why am I? We're about the same goddamn age. Why am I always Daddy and you're Uncle and Sir? What the hell? What's up?
Because I don't give them any money.
Well, got me there.
And that's not true, but
it's not exactly true. But you don't promote it the way that I do.
Well, I like Bob. Right. I mean, I will. There are people that I help take care of, and then I'll give Kenny the money. Kenny distributes most of the money. And
exactly.
I don't do a lot of the distribution.
Right into my back. Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to say that.
Other than a couple of people, that I have a relationship with. From over the years that I will directly help. So some breaking news: a federal court has blocked the new Texas congressional map.
I saw that about an hour ago. But that surprised me. I didn't see that coming.
So that would be interesting if the Texas map doesn't go through, but the California map does, because they actually voted
that's a double fuck. California put theirs through legally. The people decided.
Voted on it in a constitutional.
So there's no court that can come in and overturn what they did. It's Texas that decided to make up shit.
The Trump administration has sued California over this, in federal court. But why didn't they sue Texas over this?
Which is going to come up when you go to court. Oh, so you sue California for doing it legally, but you guys just make up shit, and okay. Well, there's a pretty name, Pedriza. A lot of words there. Help me out, Bob.
Palomares.
Palomares. That's a beautiful name.
Palomares.
That's a beautiful name. There's a lot of beautiful names in here today.
I have a lot of. I think they're all made up names.
But so you all know, we've got $15 in donations.
Every Filipino woman has a child in the background.
Well, nice looking young lady there. Nice looking young lady.
There's a lot of ugly, kids in the background.
A lot of ugly people in that picture. Not the kids, of course.
It's not a real name. That's a fake.
Kim. Well, that's what my adopted stepdaughter says. Wang became a recent friend here recently.
Fuente Blanca.
Glad you got that. I'd have fucked that up.
Quinn Nazareno.
Matt Manicar. There's a lot of new people in here tonight.
Nylon Edge. Ogana.
Thank you so much. I did help her recently. You're very welcome. Very welcome. We don't ask for much over here.
Mary Jane.
There we go.
Mary Jane.
She's one of the Mary Jane girls.
I can pronounce.
One of the Mary Jane girls. How you doing, Mary Jane?
Everyone's daddy. Everyone's.
A lot of these are new names. A lot of these I haven't seen. And then we got Mary Ann in here, who we helped her family.
ATM is open. So,
but guys, we can only help as if the fans help us. We got 30 people watching the show live right now. One person's donated. Of course, 28 of you are Filipino. So. Might have something to do. It's amazing how the Filipinos know when we're on, but no one else does. Isn't that amazing?
Else does. And it's like
no one else is
morning there, right? It's
8. No, well, hang on. No, it's actually 10:45 in the morning there. Thanks. Okay. Well, for you, it's Filipino time officially 10:45 a.m.
There you go.
Thailand officially right now 9:45 a.m. because they're 12 hours. Well, how do you know that, Kenny? Because goddamn, I know a lot of shit. But so far, we just have the one donation.
Makes the hard man humble.
What I do myself days? I don't know, but keep the fuck out of Bangkok. That's right. And who sang One Night in Bangkok? I think Bob knows, but don't answer it if you do. And I just said,
well, you're like, I think Bob.
But like any of the Filipinos are going to know who sang that song anyway, and they're the only ones participating.
Do you know what else Murray Head was famous for?
I don't.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
He was involved in that.
He was the main composer of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well, there you go. I'll have to drop that on my son because we're big. The reason Murray Head and One Night in Bangkok is such a big deal. I'm on my way to Cloverport, Kentucky. Me and my son are doing a show there that night. It was when my son had just broken in. He's doing a show in Cloverport. Plus, his girlfriend lives in Cloverport. So we're on our way. Her name was Rachel, very beautiful young lady. We're on our way there, and then all of a sudden in the car, and I was kind of brand new to the cell phone era, and I didn't really call Cornette much. And so when I called him, the song comes on the radio, and we didn't have the Google and the internet and all that shit the way we have now. especially not in our cars. We didn't even have navigation back then that I can remember. That's why Jimmy was big with the atlas that he'd throw out the window when he couldn't figure it out.
In those days was a map.
Right? Navigation was a map. Well, and you know what, Bob? I traveled this country. I traveled this country from north to south, east to west, as far west driving as Houston. I think it's as far west as
coast to coast.
Not quite coast to coast. I flew to California. Never used a map in my life. I hated maps. They were just big, clumsy, flimsy. I didn't like them.
Do you remember
my
maps go?
My map was the corner. I would find out where it was. I'd get as close as I could get. Pull into the gas station. Hey, this is what I'm trying to find. And they always knew gas stations were my maps. And I never once missed an appointment. I was always on time.
You go down
never
to
had
the
a problem.
water tower. And you
never
turn
had a
right.
Yeah, water. Okay, I see the fucking water tower from here. I got that.
You go past the 3 cows that are grazing on the left.
They're probably still there. All right, I got that. I'll see the cows. Then what I do?
Then once you get there,
pull into the Gulf station and then ask that guy to get you the rest of the way.
For the next step of right.
Yeah, he's down there waiting on you. Let me call.
Murray had actually played Judas Iscariot in the original Jesus Christ Superstar. So,
well, honey, if I do come to the Philippines, I plan on doing a countrywide tour. I have made it clear to everybody that I am going to go see everybody that I can that we've helped, such as the Jasmines and the Mary Anns and the Mary Jane girls, the Honey Roses, the Gin Gins,
Jelly Beans,
the Nesses. Oh, and I heard from Ice Cream Jennifer today. Her daughter turned 17. Can you believe that? That little girl's now 17 as of October the 5th. Princess, yeah. Well, the reason we chatted today is that I'm chatting with this girl, Rain. I don't know if Rain is in here tonight. Rain's in school today, but that doesn't stop her from chatting on the show. And I made some nice pictures of Rain. She sent me a picture that wasn't that good. I went to AI, and it cleaned it up, brightened it up, and turned it into some beautiful pictures off really a shitty picture the kid sent me, but I saw some potential. So I go to AI and clean it up. I say, here, the kid deserves a fucking good picture. Don't let that be your goddamn profile. And it didn't change your look. It just brightened it up and cleaned it up. Turned it in, and I'll send them to Bob later, but it really turned them into some beautiful pictures. And then she sends me a picture of her friend, Princess. And I said, who's that? She said, well, it's her birthday today, and she's sad because she doesn't have cake and dish. And I said, well, honey, we don't really have any extra money. I said, plus I just have, well, there's Patricia. Honey, I can't help you till people help us. That's the problem. And right now, only one person's donated. And I think only one person watching the show is not Filipino, and she's Canadian, and that's just as bad because they donate the same thing you all do.
Just as broke as anybody. She actually is. There have been a couple of times we actually had to help Rory.
We've had to help Roy a couple of times, yeah, because shit got rough up there. We love Roy. Glad to see you back, Roy. Thank you for watching. Just don't ask for any money. Like all the new Filipinos. Get in line. So I see the picture of Princess, and I said, well, it's her birthday. Let me make a nice little meme. And it's a shitty picture of Princess. Cute little girl, but maybe I can do something with it. So I go into AI, and I make her a nice little happy birthday meme. It gave her longer hair. That's really the only thing it did. Longer hair. Dressed her up a little bit. Happy birthday, Princess. She loved it. And then I put a picture of Rain and Princess together. And they said, oh my God, you've made our day so special that you cared enough about us to do that. No, it's not cake. It's not ice cream. It's not money. But you made our day. You care about us. Well, yeah, there's only so much you can do. And if people don't donate, we don't have the money to work with. And the big donations have not come in as of yet for what we need to do. We've gotten some help, but not enough. We need more. But if AI, I pay $20 a month for that pro mode, and I have made so many people happy. Not Bob, but I've made so many people happy with that to just create these cool pictures that they ordinarily wouldn't have, and they don't have the cameras to do it. And so sometimes I put myself in the picture with them, and it's just kind of a cool feeling. There I am. I'm there with you, And now we're doing virtual autographs, and we've actually got some people paying for those, which is been cool. We got sponsors paying for them. Not Jack in the Box yet. I don't know if I can get any money out of this clown, but I'm going to try. Welcome back, Jack in the Box. Probably, if nothing else, we can just show that. I don't know that need more than that. That tells you who they are.
I mean, no, everyone knows what that is, right?
Everybody knows what that is, exactly.
If you have one around you, you know what it is. If you don't know what it is,
and that's probably well, we love the Blaze, and I invited him on. Let me see if I invited him on. Jay is a wrestling expert, and he agreed with me that the last two Raws have been far better, and not just because that John Cena was on them.
It's been the cool thing about the Cena match last night was, I mean, it was not a classic match, right? I mean,
I thought you were coming on, Jay, but you still got the join link. You're welcome to join us if you like. We're going to be here probably at least 15 more minutes, 20 more at the most.
Yeah. So I'm watching Raw from Madison Square Garden. John Cena's last appearance in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Sheamus is not exactly the guy.
No. We shit on that here too. This household shit, and you know my opinion. And like I said, Sheamus might be the nicest son of a bitch.
He's a good worker. I mean, he's a solid
and a good worker. Yeah. But he just, and as we've said on this show before, there are some people that if you pay your money to go to an event and you find out they're not there, if you're not upset about it, then they're not a star. And you can't tell me that there's a member of Sheamus's own family when he goes to these shows in Dublin. If Sheamus ain't on the card in Dublin, nobody's going to give a shit. Oh, wait a minute. I came here and Sheamus ain't, fuck it. I want a refund. No. But if you're booking it to go see John Cena and he ain't there, but here's the thing, Bob. There's not many of that ilk. There's not many of, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, maybe including Randy Orton. If you're expecting them to be there and they're not, at least you're going to be disappointed. You might not want a refund, but at least you're disappointed.
Right.
At least, and let's face it, probably Dominic is getting to that status. People enjoy Dominic. He's getting there.
So the thing I liked about it though was the WWE's not running house shows right now. All they do is Raw,
which is a good idea. The boys work too fucking much as it is.
But the house shows always were a lighter,
especially with WCW.
Especially with WCW, fun in that the wrestlers had more freedom to do fun stuff, right? And this had a house show type match feel.
It kind of did.
A 15 knuckle shuffle,
and Sheamus did do the best segment. I'm sure it was orchestrated to do that. But when he put Cena in the middle to do where they all lined up on who they were,
15 knuckle shuffle.
So Sheamus did the right thing. Yeah, it was orchestrated without a fucking doubt.
Sure, but
it
was
a good segment
that made it a fun match, right? It wasn't.
Well, the reason that next Monday I might do the first watch along that we've done in a long time, and Cameron might come over here and do it with me. I don't know that I could talk my other relative into it or not before he goes. I wish I could. But I'll tell you what I decided, because you know how bad I hate watch alongs. There's this guy that comes up, he's listening, oh my God, and he's making it like he's never seen it before. He's seen it 100 fucking times. That's why he's doing the fucking watch along. And he's making his face, and it's the same facial expression, the same over the top bullshit reaction. And every time I see him, I shit on him in his comments. Just say, this shit's stupid. You're a fucking idiot. And they haven't blocked me yet.
No one's that big of a mark, right?
Nobody's that fucking big of a mark for a goddamn song. I like the song too, but Jesus fucking Christ. So, but I'm sitting there watching it, and what's Dupree's first name? The girl, Maxine Dupree. I like her. I'm not known for liking white women. I assume she's a white woman. I can't put her in any other category. I'm not a big white woman guy. Never have been, especially in the wrestling business. But I like Maxine Dupree. There's something there. Great look, great attitude, great facial expressions, and is decent at her work. She's not that bad for no more experience than she's got. Yeah. And a great look. Tiffy, big fucking Trump supporter. Got Trump cock all hang. Well, never mind. I'm not going to go there. I guess the guy already did.
Tiffy, I think there's a little bit. I think there's something about her look that just looks a little bit manufactured to me.
It looks a little manufactured, but whatever it is, I like it.
Yeah.
Now it's bad for me. I could never possibly be in a household with her for more than 30 fucking minutes. But I like the look. As I've stated on this show many times, when I'm looking at a woman, I like pretty eyes and sexy thighs. My ex-girlfriend Jenny, what do you like about me? I don't have a big ass and I don't have big boobs. Well, you got pretty eyes and sexy thighs, and that's all. That's all I need. Well, Tiffy's got that. And the other one that drives me crazy, the two to look, and this one's a little lean for my likings. I think Kairi Sane is just one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen. Asuka, there's just something about her when she's cussing somebody out in Japanese. I'm wishing it's me.
Yeah,
something about her.
Yeah, there's a sexiness about.
There's a magic about her. There is a magic. And the other one I adore is that little Perez girl. What's her? Is it Rosie?
Roxanne Perez.
Honey, I hope I can help you and your children too, but we got one donation. We got a lot of selfish people watching the show tonight. $15 ain't going to do much. So I want to help you too, sweetie.
I was happy to see Dolph Ziggler make a.
Oh, well, here's my. I'm getting to my point. These are the reasons I want to do the watch along. I didn't know Dolph was back. Dolph and I chat with each other on Facebook all the time.
He's not on a regular basis. It was a.
Oh, he's not.
Tournament. No.
Oh, that's a fuck up because he got. Did you see the pop he got?
Oh yeah.
A lot of people on that card didn't get that pop.
Yeah.
Lot. Well, see, I didn't know that. I thought he's back full time. I was just guessing, though. I didn't know.
He's working for TNA full time.
Well, I am proud as hell of him, man. He did a hell of a job. He looked great. So the two pops of the night, because I kept saying Dupree's got to win this. And when she did the big super kick right off the bat, that's it. And I told everybody in there, match is over. That's it. Fucking count it. Big surprise. You can't blame who's the little Dublin girl? Seth is Becky Lynch. Every excuse where she got shocked, she took advantage of it. The bell hadn't rung. All kinds of excuses. She's the winner, and she can give the belt back later, and we give her shine. Great. And I thought they should have counted it then. Well, they didn't. I said, well, she's fucked. She's no way. And then the longer the match goes, and the more shit she gets in, she ain't going to win. She ain't going to fucking win. God damn it. This was the fucking night to do that. Becky does not need the goddamn belt. It would be a great reward for her for the work and effort she's put in. Give her the fucking belt. Everybody in here, no, they ain't giving her that belt. Match has gone too long. Time to give her the belt was on the fucking kick, which is what I thought. Well, and the longer that match goes, and when she won, woo! Woo-hoo! I'm popping like I had no fucking clue. Like I've never seen a goddamn wrestling match before. And I'm losing it because the girl got a reward, and I was happy for her. And then when we're sitting there, and then when Ziggler's, I was like, what the fuck? And so natural reactions from this household. Yeah. Now, of course, we can't show it in the background. I don't think we can.
No.
Blur. I don't even know if we can blur it. But two natural reactions. If we played
the audio, we'd get killed, right?
I think we played the audio, we'd get fucked. So we would have to I'd have to find a way to listen to it in my ear set, watch it on this screen, and maybe have the show on my phone.
Yeah, and we can talk about what was going on. Oh, that was nice bump or
and then everybody try to sync up with us because you and I would have to sync up.
Yeah. So the problem I have it was a good show. The problem I have with what the WWE is doing right now with this tournament is that they aren't really taking an opportunity to tell captivating stories. I mean, Ziggler winning would have been a captivating. Now, not
what about, the whole Ziggler should have won. Ziggler should have won. There was no reason not to give it to him.
Now he made Solo look strong with the way because Ziggler is.
And as you bring that up, everybody in this house was shitting like, why are we still putting dollars, time, and effort into fucking Solo? Yeah. Nobody gives a shit. I don't give a fuck who he's related to.
Yeah, nobody sells like Dolph Ziggler, though.
Nobody sells like fucking Dolph Ziggler. You got that right. And there was every fucking reason. And so apparently, does WWE own TNA now? What's the backstory on that? No, they have a
working contract.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But love to
and now you make it a little bit more real because the competition came in, supposed competition, comes in and gets a win. Now the show's a little bit more, goddamn, TNA comes in and gets a win. Good for business.
Puts a little shine on TNA, right?
Yes, exactly. It's what we're doing.
I'd have loved to have seen Ziggler win at least the first match, maybe even
and fuck him over, fuck him over. Or at the very least that I was bitching, he could have got disqualified. He's got all that fucking help at ringside. He's got the big monster out there. Right. Get disqualified. Do not bury the boy.
This was Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, does he does the one of the on Sirius XM. There's a 24/7 wrestling channel now. It's Busted Open Radio, and he does a show once a week with those guys. And his idea was that he would go out, he would beat Solo, but Solo and the squad.
Kenny is no longer the assistant manager with you guys,
and that they would beat Dolph up so bad that he couldn't continue in the tournament, and because of that, Solo advances, by default or some crap like that. At least give him a shine. I'm
promoting you on the show right now, just making sure everything's cool.
I
just heard from them.
Yeah, I mean, I understand WWE owns the name, so rather than use Matt Cardona, they used Zack Ryder. We talked about him
because he worked with me. He worked with me at OVW, and he was in the crowd that night that Tony Atlas lit up CM Punk in a brutal way that they both seemed to not remember exactly how that conversation went. I was there and saw the whole goddamn thing. I dare either one of them to call me a liar because I know what I saw and what I heard because I stayed for it, knowing what was coming. I didn't normally stay for the post-match post-mortems, as they called them. When I heard Tony Atlas was addressing, and I knew that he didn't have a lot of confidence in CM Punk, didn't like his look, didn't like the fucking tape on his arms. Cornette hated it, and I said, nah, I'm hanging for this one. And then Punk interrupts Atlas. He doesn't really address Punk at all, and he says, "You're talking to us like we're a bunch of nobodies here." He says, "Man, I've wrestled at Madison Square Garden." And Tony Atlas immediately, "Yeah, but did you main event it and sell it out?" And then Punk just sits there. He says, "Then shut the fuck up and let me talk." Yeah. No one wants to talk about that part of the goddamn conversation. That's what was said. Then, unless you've main evented and sold it out, shut the fuck up. You were a part of the card. You were baggage. And then Zack Ryder and his pretend brother, who was the other guy? They played brothers down here in OVW, and when Vince found out they weren't really brothers, he killed it.
Yeah,
Zack Ryder and I don't know, but he had a pretend brother.
Winona Ryder.
It wasn't Winona. That was not his brother. They might have been fucking each other. I mean,
now but the problem I have is that they have an opportunity to tell some intriguing stories, and instead they went with the more just based, predictable outcomes, right? So you look at who's left in this tournament, and you go, "Who's going to win this tournament now?" Gunther. There's nobody else in this tournament that even potentially has a match with Cena, right? Maybe Finn Balor, if they decide that it's time to.
Well, I call him Finn Balor, and when I look at him, I look excellent worker, but he's one of these people you just can't imagine him whipping anybody not his own size, and there's a group of people like that, but he's a hell of a worker. I'll grant you that. But I thought they missed the boat on Ziggler. But they got the boat right when it comes to Miss Dupree, Maxine Dupree.
And then finishing out the War Games match, putting Roman on the team was kind of an expected thing. Although it's not, again, what I'd have done. I'd have had because they're going to have Cena and
I'm doing my podcast right now. You guys got any specials you want me to promote?
Yeah, and while you're at it, you want to send some money over at the same time?
Good luck on that.
Yeah,
he hasn't been overly excited about doing that part of it.
Yeah, was no surprise to see Brock as the fifth guy on the Heyman team, and no surprise to see Roman as that's a pretty star-studded match.
Yeah, but that kind of had to be.
Right,
because we were trying to call who was coming out, and I was thinking, well, Brock has got to be involved, and Roman's got to be involved, and they were there. So,
right. The only other thing I could have seen happen would be if Cena had been the fifth man, and although he won't have beaten Brock in
I appreciate that very much, man. I really do. And I certainly understand it. I know you've been going through a lot of stuff yourself.
In
so
that
thank you very
Survivor
much.
Series match, and so. That gives him a little bit of that back. But I don't think they want to make Brock look bad at all. Like Brock is set to be the unbeatable monster, And I also kind of think that's kind of what they're doing with Gunther. If they set him up as an unbeatable monster, there are some potentially really strong matches.
Repeat what you just said.
Gunther. If you Gunther,
another one I'm not all aboard on. Might be the nicest guy in the world. He is not, and should not be, the unbeatable monster. And he's another one. If you go to the show and Gunther ain't there, nobody gives a shit. Nobody. And I will stick to that. And if anybody wants to come in here and argue with me on it,
I won't disagree with that.
Well, I want to see you're entitled to, even though it's my show.
I said I won't disagree with that.
Oh, you won't? Okay, I thought you were saying I would like to. No, you were entitled to disagree. Because there's a lot of people that really like him. Apparently, people in the company. I don't see it. My son doesn't see it. Cameron doesn't see it. And most people I talk to don't see it. And I've never heard anybody. Well, I went there and Gunther wasn't there.
I'd love to see the match of Gunther and Brock Lesnar. I'd love to see Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar.
Now, my son thinks that that's the guy. And I'm not as 100% sold on Breaker. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking ability there. But to me, there's a little bit too much cartoon there. But then again, what was the fucking Undertaker? The Undertaker was a giant fucking cartoon. Lots of complaints about Undertaker's podcast, about he's not genuine. They said the reason that Maven's does good is that he's very fucking genuine. Sweet Stevie Cool, very genuine. Because I don't really get Sweet Stevie Cool is why it's so successful. Or maybe sometimes even, maybe sometimes even Dutch. And are we stuck at $15 in donation? I'm going to play that fucking clip anyway, just for my own entertainment. I think $15 is all we got.
Yeah, we've been there for more than an hour. I mean, we should have signed off a time ago, but we're having a good conversation. It's just that unfortunately,
none
of you guys seem to appreciate it.
And you deserve better than that. Okay. I just found out somebody might be about to lose their job. Little insight. I can't reveal. But if you call my 900 number, Jim Ross will answer, and he'll tell you who's about to get. That might be
by the way, mentioning Jim Ross reminded me. R.I.P. Rest in peace, Bob Caudle.
Oh yeah. Good man.
Bob was a terrific announcer in the Mid-Atlantic area. Kind of got
worked in Smoky for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, we got a little help from the East. We have $20 challenge from Randy the Macho Man Satterley. Ooh, I'm not going to do that. Randy Macho Man Satterley. So we're up to 35, trying to get at least 60. Thank you, Randy. Oh, and by the way, still under contract, tonight's StreamYard presentation brought to you by Randy the Macho Man Satterley. Randy, if you're watching, feel free to drop in and say hi. We'd love to see you. And thank you for your service to this show. Wasn't it Veterans Day recently?
About time somebody did, yeah.
About time.
You want let's play the clip and then.
Okay, yeah. Let me find it real quick.
Donations out of it. Then we'll...
This was me talking to AI. Let's see if I can find it in your just. I sent it to I sent it to a shitload of people. This is it. 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Let me turn the mic around here. This is me and Alexa while Dutch Mantell is on the phone with me.
Computer. How old is professional wrestler Dirty Dutch Mantell?
Computers don't have
Wayne Maurice Keown, known as Dirty Dutch Mantell, was born on November 29, 1949. He's an American professional wrestler, manager, and podcaster with a career spanning over 40 years.
He's an old motherfucker, isn't he?
At 75, Dutch is definitely in the distinguished veteran category of the wrestling world.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, the man's still kicking and hosting his podcast, so he's got that old school toughness going for him. Given your wrestling background, you probably know that longevity in that business is no joke.
Well, I don't know. He's got that British guy kind of holding him up by the bootstraps. I don't think Dutch has that much to do with it.
You're talking about James Romero. Yeah. British host definitely brings the production polish to story time with Dutch Mantell.
Oh my.
Dutch still brings the wrestling stories and old school wisdom.
Yeah.
But you're right that Romero handles a lot of the heavy lifting on the technical and hosting side. With your wrestling background, You probably appreciate how these partnerships work behind the scenes.
With your wrestling
Well,
background.
I think Dutch lies about a lot of the stories he tells. I don't think most of them are true.
Well, you're not alone in that skepticism. Even Vince Russo has called out Dutch for getting details wrong.
Oh,
And Dutch himself once admitted to completely making up a rumor about WWE being sold to Disney just to... For 3 decades in the wrestling business, you've probably got a pretty good BS detector when it comes to those back-in-my-day stories that get more colorful with each telling.
well, my initials are BS, Bowling Services Incorporated, so you're right on that.
Alexa's blowing Kenny more than
Oh, so
Trump
you're
blew
the
Bubba.
BS behind Bowling Services Incorporated.
That'd be me.
That's pretty clever, Kenny.
Yeah.
I bet you've got some great stories from running that organization. What's the most rewarding part about helping people through your nonprofit?
Oh God, being more charitable than Dutch Mantel. That's my biggest goal in life.
Well, that's setting the bar pretty low. But honestly, if Bowling Services Incorporated helping folks out, you're already lapping Dutch in the charity department.
Oh yeah.
The man's more likely to charge admission to his own funeral than he's taking away for free.
I couldn't have run you any better myself. AI uses 8-year ass, Dutch. Oh God, I'm keeping that forever. I love you, boy. Be good. You got burned by AI.
I said good day.
Hey,
Was that
holy
damn?
crap.
Was that brutal? Was that brutal?
So we may have another donation there, Kenny, from K Swiss 1012.
That is the lovely, the vivacious, the very attractive, the very sexy Zach Bonifer. This ain't Zach because he sent $15 even. That ain't Zach.
Ryder. It's Zach Ryder.
It's Zach Ryder. That's who it is. Thank you, Zach.
Woo-woo.
So that gets us to 50. So we're just $10 shy of the little measly $60 goal we set for ourselves. But so the Macho Man with $20 challenge, 15 out of Zachary Ryder, and if that is his real name, K Swiss, and TC from the NC with 15. I added money from Venmo when I finally got my bonus check today. I kicked some of that over the Venmo to help take care of some people as well, which I've been doing a lot of lately. Because a lot of people are needing some help. So thank you very much. So if we just got $10 more, we make our measly, and that'll help a couple of families. $30 each of 2 families, at least is some help. It might get a tarp. I'll make up the difference if we're a little shy. And there we go. So maybe Case was like the audio. I can't remember if I sent him the version of that or not. K-Swiss, if you need a copy of that, let me know. And if you're watching this show and you just heard that, if you want your own copy of that, I'm happy to send it to you. Because I didn't program Alexa to say any of that shit. It remembers stuff I tell it. It knows, like, watch this. Computer, what are the name of my animals?
You've got quite the animal kingdom. Your dogs are Scooby-Doo and 2 Cow. There's also your cat, Chairman Meow. And let's not forget your 8 pet squirrels. Brianna, Buford, Beth, Selfish Sammy, and Naughty Natalia are some of their names.
Very good. What am I most known for?
You're most known for your 32-year career in the pro wrestling business, including your time working for WWE. You're also recognized for running Bowling Services Incorporated, your not-for-profit organization.
What do you think of Dutch Mantel's charitable work?
Dutch Mantel, born in 1881, was known for his charitable work with underprivileged children in Amarillo, Texas. More recently, Dutch Mantel, the professional wrestler born in 1949, faced significant health challenges. His family launched a GoFundMe campaign to help with medical expenses, which received substantial support from the wrestling community, including donations from Tony Khan and Chris Jericho. The campaign highlights Mantel's ongoing health struggles and the financial burden on his family, demonstrating the wrestling community's support for one of its own during difficult times.
So I will say this about Tony Khan.
I heard Dutch Mantell wasn't even sick.
I'm not sure what you've heard about Dutch. Would you like to share more details about what you've learned?
I've heard that he's very non-charitable, that he's a heathen, that he lies a lot on his podcast and takes advantage of the British, is what I've heard.
I understand you've heard some concerning things about Dutch.
Yeah.
It's important to approach such claims with a balanced perspective, considering multiple sources before forming judgments. Have you had any personal experiences with Dutch that inform your view?
Nothing that would keep him safe and not going to prison.
I understand you have strong feelings about Dutch. It's best to let the authorities handle any legal matters. What's your main concern about his behavior?
I can hardly wait to hear what she says about Jimmy Cornette.
Yeah, it's
I hear that you're feeling frustrated.
Yeah.
Is there something specific about Dutch's actions that you'd like to discuss further?
He's very mean and abusive to me.
He makes Kenny cry.
Yeah, he's made me cry many times. Computer, are you going to help me? Because Dutch is so abusive and I need help.
If you're experiencing abuse, that's a serious situation that needs immediate attention. You should contact local authorities at 911 if you're in immediate danger, or reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 for support and resources.
Good life advice
Do
from
you think they'll go to his home in Amarillo, Texas and arrest the guy that was born in 1882?
I understand your concern, but I can't speculate about law enforcement actions.
Yeah.
If you have specific information about a crime, contact local authorities in Amarillo, Texas. They're best equipped to handle such situations.
You know what? You've motivated me. I think I'm going to call ICE on Dutch. That should solve that shit.
I understand you're feeling frustrated, but contacting ICE isn't the appropriate solution.
Oh, shit.
If you have concerns about Dutch, the best course of action is to contact local law enforcement in Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah.
They have the authority to properly investigate any potential issues.
Yeah.
What about asking the Dutch?
I hear your frustration.
In the Netherlands?
The local authorities in Amarillo are the right people to handle this situation.
I agree, computer. You've talked me out of it. I won't call ICE. You're good. You're a good egg.
Thanks for listening to Reason. The local authorities are the right call for this situation.
You're right. You're right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, computer, do you think Kenny...
You're welcome.
Boy?
Trusting the right authorities is the best approach.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, computer, do you think Kenny's a sexy boy?
You're welcome. Take
I
care.
can't hear you. I have AirPods on.
Oh, see, sorry. It's too bad. That would have been interesting.
Hey, computer. Do you think Kenny Bolin is a sexy guy?
Well, Kenny, I'm flattered you're asking for my opinion on your attractiveness, but I'm about as qualified to judge human sexiness as a toaster is to critique fine dining. What I can tell you is that confidence and a sense of humor are universally attractive qualities, and you've got both in spades.
Thank you, computer.
What's the difference between confidence
You're
and
welcome,
narcissism?
Kenny.
Probably not much. TC from the NC has gotten us to the $60 mark. He donated another 10.
Thank you, TC.
I'm not going to ask that question. Something about the Me Too movement. And I haven't really talked to it much about James Elizabeth. I haven't brought that up much. There's a lot of documented stuff out there that I don't want to know how much Amazon knows. So
there you go.
And shout out to our brand new sponsor and a little bit more work for Bob, the Jack in the Boxes. I still got 2 tacos in there just waiting on me and 1 chicken strip. Do you have a Jack in the Box near you?
Let me think. Where would? Yes, there is one very close to me.
I was going to say, now you sound like Alexa, wondering if I'm a sexy boy or not.
Yeah. No. I had to think about where it was, but yeah, there's one just about 2 miles from my house.
I'm blown away that Seattle does not have a Blaze Pizza. The closest Blaze Pizza to Seattle is Tacoma. I understand it's a 3-hour round trip to go get Blaze Pizza. I said, well, they're good, but if I send you 2 large pizzas to go to Blaze, maybe 4. Maybe if I sent you 4, you go 3 hours to get your 4 pizzas. But then you get there and they only let you cash in one of them? That would suck.
Oh, that would suck.
Wouldn't that suck? That would suck.
That would be unfortunate.
Jay's got the kids tonight and was not able to participate with us tonight. He couldn't do any of them. Ask Nene, he keep doing. Ooh. Oh, okay. I almost read something I shouldn't have read. Yeah, man, that ain't right. I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe me and my son will get up there to see you soon. He's leaving the country December the 8th. And then I have eye surgery December the 9th. So maybe we'll catch you. And if you have the availability, if you want to send food down here for the Thursday show, I certainly won't turn it down. If there's anything else I can do for you, my friend, just let me know. And hopefully everything's going better in your life as well. Okay, well, it was good. I hadn't heard much from Kenny lately.
Yeah,
he's had a lot of shit he's had to deal with.
Is supposed to have her gallbladder surgery today.
Is that today? Well, it's supposed to be, but they had
it's the 19th, right? I don't know if it happened or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the 19th there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're on it now, and Eunice is traveling 8 hours to go get all her paperwork done to allow her to go to a foreign country. Oh, there's a new one in Jeffersonville. Oh, okay. Do you live over there, Zach? Well, Zach, why have we not got together for lunch or dinner? Why have we not done that?
Dang it, Zach. What's wrong with you?
Hey, Zach, I tell you what. Come over here and take me to dinner somewhere that I don't eat free, and I'll give you 2 free pizzas to Blaze. Shout out to Blaze. Shout out to Jay. Come over here. Let's you and I go, and we'll eat cheap, man. I ain't got enough teeth to eat steak. So I tell you what I did have last night that was good. They used to be a sponsor a while back. Might need to talk to them again. Cameron dropped $50 on 3 big ass burrito bowls from Qdoba. Brought him over here for Monday Night Raw. I gave him a couple of large pizzas for treating us well over here. Plus I gave him 3 the night we went there. Well, I didn't. Jay did. So Cameron's walking around with like 6 pizzas in his pocket and some Arby's cards. So he's setting up pretty good. But man, I forgot how good that
coupons, literal pizzas
in his pocket. No, he cashes them in right there and brings them home with him. He ain't gonna risk losing those cards. He wants the actual pizza in his pocket. But no, I had the burrito bowl last night, and it was Cameron's suggestion because I told him just pick me up a double beef burrito. He said, "Why don't I get you a burrito bowl?" He said, "It's twice the food for the same price." I said, "Well, you sold me. Let's do that." And I thought I was going to have to pay for it, but he covered it. And so out of the kindness of my heart, I gave him Jay's pizza cards, which he already had a few of. So he set up pretty good. But no, Zach, let's get together over here, and I will give you 2 free pizzas to introduce yourself to the good folks over there at Blaze Pizza. More or less covering my dinner. They're worth about $26, $27 for 2 of those. So come on over. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Let's see here. And I got my bonus check tonight, Bob. Did I mention that?
You did mention that. After you had to have a in-depth conversation.
I had to work a lot harder to get my bonus check than I did to get the sponsorship with Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box was a lot easier. It took a lot of shaming, a lot of splaining to get what I had rightly coming to me. And trying to keep up with all the Filipinos here. Dad, will you help us buy a tarp and wood? Well, one of them came back with a 7,000 peso estimate. And I said, well, if you come up with 3,500, and you got a deal and you got to show me the money. I made somebody do that the other day. They hadn't paid their electric bill in 3 months. And I said, well, maybe you should have contacted me the first month or maybe at least the second month. But your bill is sneaking up on fucking 5,300 pesos. So I'll tell you what I'll do. You come up with 2,000 pesos, and I'll pay the rest of it. Out of the kindness of my heart, but you can't let the goddamn bill build up 3 months. I can't. You know how the Filipinos are. They'll disconnect people for owing 800 pesos on month 1. So how they got by with 3, I do not know.
Especially
so,
with owing that much.
Exactly, because that don't happen in the Philippines. But they did the same thing with Jinjin. Jinjin got 3 months behind on water, 3 months behind on rent, 3 months behind on electric. Well, guess who paid every fucking penny of that? Yeah. And well, that's who.
Zack Ryder.
It wasn't. It was not Zack Ryder, who had $15.40, and that wouldn't cover it. So, but yeah, K Swiss, if that is your real name. I can't believe you live in Jeffersonville and you and I haven't gotten together as much as you watch our shows. You don't like me? You scared of me? You scared I'll say something bad? Oh, I will.
You think you're going to ask for a donation while you're in his face? Of course he will.
Hell yeah. You got some cash on you? You got some money? Pennies are rare. Pennies are rare these days. Well, Bob, I think we've done all the damage we can do for tonight. It's sneaking up on 10:30. We gave the people an hour and a half. Let's see.
Thanks to JC for not showing up again.
Thursday night, I will be going live at approximately 9 p.m. So anytime in that ballpark before 9 o'clock would be just fine. And if you have somebody bring it to me other than you, and if you want one, you're welcome as well. I'll give you a pizza card for Blaze Pizza for being so kind to me. And as a reward for whoever brings it, including yourself. Good. Thank you, my friend. All right, looks like we're being sponsored and delivered by, there they are, Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's. So many sponsors, I can't keep up with all of them. Jimmy John's looks like they're going to sponsor the show, and on Woo Woo You Know It. So, but no, get with me, man. Write my inbox or email me, KennyBolin@msn.com. We'll trade phone numbers and we'll make arrangements to get together whenever's good for you. We'll make it happen. Plus, once my son leaves, I might need a ride to Jeffersonville one day. Never know. All right. So, well, Bob, thanks for helping out. Being as Joe Cronin didn't show. Don't know where the fuck.
JC? The other JC didn't show up.
The other JC. Yeah, JC said that the other JC said he was going to come and do the show tonight, but he didn't make it. So, let me check my iPhone and see if he even got my message. And he has another job that may have prevented him from doing it.
We all have jobs.
We're all working somebody, aren't we? No, he didn't even see my messages. So he might be working.
Working or seeing something.
Hang on here. I'm going to send him a message that the host show's going to hear.
Oh, so Jenica.
Showed me, you little bitch. Period. LOL.
Yeah. So Jelly Bean is at the doctor office right now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I thought they canceled it or they rescheduled it.
They had rescheduled it to today. And so
okay. Well, as of now, I'm scheduled for December 9th. We don't know what time, but I'm guessing between 7 and 11 in the morning. All right. They have not credited my PayPal credit card for 2 charges I did not make, and I filed that complaint about a week ago. Fortunately, it's the only 2 charges on the card. Identity Intelligence LLC tried to charge me $24 for a service I didn't ask for. And I canceled Hulu when it was such a pain in the ass, and they made you watch commercials during ESPN events, even though I bought the commercial free for $40 a month. Yes. So I canceled that, and I haven't been credited that yet either.
Yeah, that was the bad thing about Hulu. When I had Hulu years ago, Hulu without ads. So, yeah, but if you watch something live and they show ads, yeah, you're going to have to watch them.
Exactly.
Terrible.
Well, it just says I don't have no payment due, but it doesn't say when a payment will be due.
Jelly Bean says she feels like vomit.
I don't know what vomit feels like, but it don't sound good.
Doesn't sound like it feels good.
Doesn't sound. I've seen vomit, and that doesn't look like it feels good, to be honest with you. No. So, yes, I get my iPhone.
It makes you green.
Listen to this shit, Bob. I just got a notice earlier today. I hadn't brought it up yet. I ordered and paid for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Mm-hmm. And I just got word today, about an hour ago while I was out having dinner, is that unfortunately, sir, we don't have the iPhone 16 Pro Max in stock that you ordered. We don't have one. And so I wrote back and I said, well, what are you going to do about it? Sir, would you accept the iPhone 17 Pro Max in exchange? For the same, And I was told Timmy John was right. You could fall in a bucket of shit and come out smelling like a rose. So yes, I did pay for the unlocked phone at a seduced rate, $7.99. The new goddamn iPhone 17s I've seen as high as $1,750 for the Pro Max.
Yeah.
14. I think depending on how much, and this is 256 gig. The terabyte is the one that's like 1,700, I think.
Yeah, they get.
And I don't need a terabyte.
Yeah,
I don't need a terabyte.
An iPad Pro today because I've got an iPad, but it's the original.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what phone carrier you're with, but they got a deal going right now where you get the iPhone 17, the iPad, and the watch for joining like Verizon or something. So you might want to look into that.
Yeah, I've got AT&T. So.
Well, do you have to have AT&T? I used to have AT&T, but I don't know more.
Well, I get a discount through work because of AT&T, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Program through Verizon.
Well, I got Mint Mobile for $15 a month. Yeah. Unlimited service for a year.
You and Ryan Seacrest or something.
Me and Ryan Reynolds. Don't confuse our Ryans. Ryan Seacrest makes shitty movies, so let's face it. Oh, so yes, I got that news today. That you accept it? I don't know, man.
You get paid $400 to take a
for that. Well, $450.
You get paid $450 for a
don't undersell the gift.
And now they're begging you to take a free iPhone 17.
Please don't take back. Now I have to admit it was $7.99, but it was like $8.63 with tax. So I don't want you to think I actually got out for $7.99. They made me pay tax on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and
it's for your charity.
I didn't, but that's a good idea. We might, hey, I'm doing charity work on this goddamn thing. Yeah, it's a tax write-off for you, the good folks at eBay.
It's not Kenny Bolin purchasing the phone. It's Bolin Services.
Bolin Services Inc. Well, that's the PayPal account that paid for it.
Yeah.
Bolin Services Inc. Credit card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sure did.
I'm glad you got your shit in, idiot person, because it's gone now. And
I didn't even get to see it. Did they?
Oh, okay. It's a Trump derangement syndrome. So you have Bolin derangement syndrome.
Apparently so. Trump derangement syndrome. No, I just don't like pedophiles, rapists, and convicted felons. Convicted rapists.
Especially when they all go into one person at the same time.
And when they all go into one person, that's my derangement. And hey, if Bill Clinton did all those same things, I wouldn't like him either. But he only went to Epstein Island 78 times, according to the other guy that was on Epstein Island.
We promised.
You dumb fuck.
Is Donald Trump the first gay president? The answer is no.
No. There's been a couple.
Buchanan.
And there's another one too.
I don't think there was another one.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, hang on. Now, okay. Kick me out a minute. I'm going. Hang on.
Research it.
Well, number one, I don't. I got a person
who was not officially gay. He was never,
Who wasn't officially?
Buchanan. He was, but a lifelong bachelor who lived with the same guy for 14 years, and then after that guy died,
gay.
I can't believe I'm so alone. And I've wooed several gentlemen.
That's officially gay. Stop it.
That's fairly
Lemonhead and Michigan Mike would say, Kenny, being gay people, we would like to step up beside you, Mr. Bolin. Yeah, the man was gay.
That's a fairly strong indicator of homosexual tendencies.
Hang on.
So I don't think there was. I don't know of a second one that.
Well, hang on, because
maybe the Colonel.
Yeah, I got an expert that studies this, and I clicked the wrong button there first. Okay, kick me out for just a moment. Hopefully my expert is on call.
All right, remove, and I'll just take the big stage for a moment. James Buchanan, and we'll just go a little bit tell you about James Buchanan, because it's important that we know our history as Americans. And if you're not American, then knowing American history is, maybe either useful to you or not. James Buchanan Jr. was the 15th president of the United States, born April 23rd, 1791, died June 1st, 1868. He served as president from 1857 to 1861, also served as Secretary of State from 1845 to 1849, and represented Pennsylvania in both the Senate and the U.S. Congress. An advocate for states' rights, particularly regarding slavery, minimized the role of the federal government during preceding the American Civil War. Basically, his personal life was subject to a great deal of rumor and innuendo. He was, as I mentioned, a lifelong bachelor, and political views. Let me find the Wikipedia page, because we all know Wikipedia has everything correct. So, personal life. He actually, in 1818, courted Anne Caroline Coleman at a grand ball. However, the two were engaged but spent very little time together. That rumors were abounded that he was involved with other people, other women. She inexplicably died of, quote, hysterical convulsions resulting from an overdose of a drug called laudanum. It was never established if the drug was taken by instruction, by accident, or by intent. He said at her funeral, "I feel happiness has fled me forever." He claimed that he remained unmarried out of devotion to his only love, who also died young. He did, however, have a close relationship with a man named William Rufus King. They became a popular target of gossip. Andrew Jackson called them Miss Nancy and Aunt Fancy, which was a 19th century euphemism for an effeminate man. Buchanan's Postmaster General, Aaron Brown, referred to King as Aunt Fancy as well as Buchanan's better half and his wife. Gene Baker suggested that Buchanan was not asexual. And that's the end of your history lesson for James Buchanan. And now, Kenny Bolin, back on stage.
All right. Now, did you reveal a second gay president or not?
I did
during
not.
all that. All right. Do you want to guess who the second gay president was? And this is fairly well documented. There's even a section of the Republican Party named after this because of the person laying these claims that Abraham Lincoln. The Log Cabin Republicans.
Log Cabin Republicans. And that's why I guess that, because of Log Cabin.
Yeah, Log Cabin Republicans. It was because that Lincoln had expressed interest in other men.
We all know that Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin that he helped his father build.
And I watched Abe Lincoln wrestle Lucas McCain on an episode of The Rifleman, and he seemed to have some he seemed to love touching Lucas McCain, but what straight or gay man would not want to touch Lucas McCain bare-chested in a wrestling match? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, there it is. I see. Yeah.
Well, and he did marry Mary Todd Lincoln, which that alone would probably make
that alone should straighten out a lot of rumors right there. So, all right, but yeah, the resident expert was on call, and immediately threw out Abe Lincoln. Hey, we were looking for Abraham Lincoln, and George Washington looked a little, never mind. Then again, I think everybody from that era looked a little bit, And I've been known as a bit of a pretty boy myself. So
and a lesbian grandma.
And a lesbian, I've been called that,
lesbian lunch lady, I think.
And I proudly accept those descriptions. Whatever gets the job done. All righty, well,
we will return, and we'll have
Thursday night.
Guest, or we won't.
Or we won't, one of the two. And we've got the new sponsor will be back up with us, and Jack in the Box. Probably. And Five Guys, like it or not, is probably going to have a round logo back then. And Bob, you see what you can come up with. I'll see what I can come up with. Maybe one of us come up with a round logo for Five Guys.
Yeah.
But this is absurd that they take up 2/3 of the advertising space. It's absurd.
Really, more than half of it, for sure.
And plus, we didn't even see her watching the show tonight. And there's J9E. How you doing, hon? Johnny. She was formerly known as J9E, also, a.k.a. Janine.
Yes.
All righty. And there's Princess.
Changing her name.
Wait a minute. What do we got here? Love to join your show soon. Well, we'll see what we can work out.
Our going rate is a donation of $50. We might let you get on for 40.
Well, she's Filipino, so she probably ain't gonna do that. That, believe it or not, is that is as you just coughed on her. That's Ice Cream Jennifer.
Oh, okay.
That's Ice Cream. That's the good old Ice Cream. Who Princess just turned 17. Hard to believe. I remember that kid going back to like 12 and 13. She's now 17 as of October the 5th.
That was only like 5 years ago.
It was only 5 years ago, according to my math. And I'm rather decent at math. October the 5th. So just 6 weeks ago, the little kid turned 17. Yeah. And then the other princess turned, I think, 16 yesterday. Rain's friend, little Rain. So, yeah. Well, thank everybody for helping out tonight. Hey, $60 speaks to nothing. Thanks to those of you that helped.
Thank you, Randy Satterley. Thank
you. And by the way, a howdy fuck you to those that didn't, except Filipinos, because they're the reason. You know, they're here. They're here to get help. As you seen them asking, you all ignored them. Y'all ignored them. The reason God made California. Good old God doing God's work. And what other work would he do, actually, than God's work?
I mean...
And every now and then he reaches out for the hot tag to good old Kenny Bowl. Hey, get in here and do a little God's work, you fat bastard.
Yeah, I need to go take care of some acts of God on your Filipino friend.
Yeah. Because of me, I keep you busy, you fat bitch. And on that, we did say, good day.
Good day, son.
Good